Charlotte, you know, I was thinking as I was coming here, we have celebrated your love for scrapbooking. We have celebrated your love for your doggies. We have celebrated your love for fashion. And now we're on the natural next very important part of your visual world for entertaining. And you have a book, Charlotte Moss Entertains. It's coming out imminently.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I really learned early on as a child from my mother and my grandmother, spontaneity. If you can entertain spontaneously, you've got it down to an art form. So it's really about who you are, embracing that idea, and then just moving through life. Pulling it from the pantry, you know, pulling it from the silver closet.
So will you show me? I know you've set up some special sort of tablescapes for me.
Oh my gosh. We went through and just put combinations together that we thought would work.
Look at all these. Oh, just one is more beautiful than the next.
Well, thank you. You know, I think we all have more than we remember we have.
You clearly have a lot of
so
choices.
Shopping your closet is so important to
See
just
what you got,
get
put it out
all
there.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Get it all out and start to play with creating little table schemes. So what's really important is that once you find that scheme that really works for you, to photograph it and put it away somewhere so that you can be reminded of what works.
Charlotte, look at this. It's just so beautiful. Look at all the layers here that you did.
Well, you know, and some of those layers came from museum shops, which I love to shop in museum shops. This, I just went to Washington, and this came from the National Museum of Afro-American History. It's sweetgrass, done in South Carolina. I went to give a lecture in Kansas City years ago, and the Nelson Atkins had these in the gift shop, so of course I bought them.
would think of doing that, and you're absolutely right, because they have glasses, they have...
And they have great reproductions and beautiful things, and they do them so nice, and you're supporting a cause at the same time.
Yes.
So not every table has to be set with flowers. Plants work perfectly because you can use them for dinner one night and put them in the living room the next day, and they last for a long time. Plus they're just, look, it's like air, this maidenhair fern. But so many table settings are like giant mashups. This was hand-painted in the 20th century, hand-painted in the 18th century. And again, from a museum shop, the Metropolitan, and from Tiffany. So everything's a combination. So I love carnations. One, they just smell divine. But I think that they're a forgotten flower. People don't think that they're important enough. But when you put them all together in a group and mass them and you're generous with them, they really take on a whole new life. This plate is actually on the cover of my book, which we did with pink. And today we wanted to do it with lavender. You know, it's kind of a small thing, but to me it's important. I love these little dishes at place settings sometimes because you can fill them with dried cranberries and almonds, and for those people that get fidgety during dinner, they have something to nibble on in between courses. And then after dinner, I love putting down crystallized ginger with dessert and coffee. And then the napkin, I was having a special dinner for some friends, and I couldn't find what I wanted or anything close, so I had them embroidered with letters from the alphabet.
Charlotte, so is this cute little basket for nuts too, or?
No, it's a little mini individual bread basket.
Oh.
I love baskets, and I just think they're a great idea for making every place setting a self-contained table.
Question, oh great one. When I find a pattern that I love.
Buy it.
Okay,
now.
but how many? Should I be like,
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you really like it,
Even
and
if there's
it's
only
one,
two
and you're having dinner alone one night, and you just, I'm going to use that plate.
Right.
Or if you find 12 and you can have a great party around it, if you like it, just do it now.
And don't worry about how many exist.
No.
Because you can even enjoy just one of something.
And you can mix it up with other yellow, greens, and oranges.
Look how you created a theme without pushing the theme too hard. It's so fun. It's sort of the seaside, doesn't take itself too seriously, really fun.
Well, I think if you take it too far, it really becomes kitsch.
But what I also like is that everything was collected clearly at different times.
Oh, yes.
But then put together, like, look how, is this like for bread? And you did a little shell.
Well, that could be for bread. It could be for caviar. It could be for anything. For me, you cannot go wrong with blue and white. It's a crowd pleaser all the time.
Chinoiserie, my fave. Oh, Charlotte, this is incredible. Look you've got chopsticks and
Flatware. Well, because, sometimes you just don't want to put the flatware there. You want people to embrace using the chopsticks. And it's a formal place setting, which you wouldn't expect bamboo chopsticks.
Oh, look at these.
Always collecting pagodas. And I use these little shard boxes to put like Jordan almonds or...
Those are real?
Dessert, yes. So that during dessert you've got something special that's just for you, like a little gift. Placemats come in all shapes and sizes, but this is very space efficient because it's not rectangular. It takes up less space
but
on the
it adds
table.
a visual layer.
And it just is enough peekaboo around the
right.
charger to add some interest. Supermarket has so many surprises. Just walk down the produce aisle and fill a bowl. It's as simple as that. And this week it's a centerpiece. Next week it could be dessert. One
thing that I've really noticed today is the power of one flower, the way you've done it. You don't need to have some fancy centerpiece. You can get one.
No, it doesn't have to be
kind of one thing.
It doesn't have to be an arrangement that makes you agonize and fret.
Right. People shouldn't worry. I mean, look at this.
Group of tulips. One rose. One little fabulous little something. Susanna, I think that making every day an occasion may sound a little bit like bumper sticker talk these days, but for me, it's really just something as simple as doing that. These are stacking stools that I found in an antique shop.
Ooh.
So for buffets, they can all be stacked and put away.
Genius.
Yeah, or one person can sit on two if they want to sit, higher seat. But they all go in the closet or just go in the corner of the room.
So I always wonder about extra seating,
Extra
and they
seating.
take up zero room.
Zero
and they're so
room.
beautiful. And you cover, you obviously recover them in the same pattern as on your sofa, correct?
I'm a decorator. Can't help myself.
How did you know how to do that?